Hey y'all. Okay, today I am taking you with me to the farm to get raw milk. Okay, yes. Years ago, my family and I drank raw milk. In fact, I raised all my kids on raw milk. Well, except one. All three kids were raised on raw milk. We stopped drinking raw milk about, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 years ago. And I really missed it, or I really miss it, especially in the summer because raw milk tastes like literally vanilla ice cream. Damn, this is good. All right, so I'm just making my smoothie here. This is spinach, cherry, mango with drizzled honey. And I'm just gonna really quickly eat 4 boiled eggs. And I hope it doesn't rain today. But the trip to the farm from where I live is 30 to 35 minutes, maybe even 40, who knows, I haven't been there in 4 or 5 years. But I wanted to talk a bit about raw milk. Yes, why not? Raw milk, you gotta get the raw milk from a farmer, that's not factory farming. For example, most milk that are sold at the supermarket, it comes from factory farms. Yeah, that's why they have to be pasteurized, homogenized, supersized, ravenized, whatever the words are. All that milk that you find that comes from a cow or a goat in the supermarket is boiled to a crisp in order to kill all the bacteria, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. And even the good bacteria is not even, let me repeat that. Even the good bacteria in that milk from that type of cow is bad bacteria. Why? Because the cows that come from factory farms are mistreated. They don't even live in safe or sanitized conditions. They're all ganged up next to each other. They fight with each other like, move, like stop touching me. Imagine your kids. Stop touching me, stop staring at me. Those are those cows. And, they're just standing there most of their lives in a barn without going outside. Imagine your child never going outside. Like, what kind of kid are you gonna raise? They don't even get the sun from the outside. Yes, Nina. My cat. Okay. So imagine yourself, like we all need the sun. So these cows are supposed to be out in nature. This is their God-given right. But these farmers keep them closed in, and all they do is impregnate the female cow over and over again without giving her a break. Sounds familiar, but anyways. Feed them crap. Sounds familiar too. And then they're just home all day. Wow. Sounds like a woman's, basically when a woman gets married or when a woman has a child, that's what it sounds like. Oh God. Anyways, okay, let me get back to it. So the cow is impregnated over and over and over again. And without having a break, she's fed crappy food. She has to feed her own kids, and then for a little bit only, and then they take away the kid and they raise the kid. You know what? This sounds like the American lifestyle. But anyways, the mother cow is overly worked, and she's fed crap. and she's kept inside the barn. Sounds familiar. Like the woman is kept inside the home after having so many kids, and then the husband goes out all the time, whether it's work, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going to hang out with friends. That's the female cow. She's like in the barn all day. Yeah. Anyways, so her milk is not producing the best milk, and they have to give her, like medicine, because obviously she's gonna get sick. Oh God, this sounds so familiar. Sometimes as women, when you give birth, postpartum, you either end up with depression, or you end up with a fever, or you end up with a virus, you end up with so many things. It sounds so familiar. Oh my God. The female cow goes through the same shit as the female human, I swear to God. But the thing with the female cow, she is being used. Wait, that sounds familiar too. She's being used to produce milk. We, on the other hand, are being used to produce what? Children, resources, what? Domestic labor. Oh my God. Let me just stop. I'm going somewhere. But the point is, with the female cow, her milk is not good. And so, they have to give her all these antibiotics. So with that said, her milk is crappy. She is producing crappy milk. She's not outside absorbing any sun. She's not eating the best foods like grass and hay in the winter. She's eating even her own foot, probably her own child. They're feeding her farmers. Farmers that are factory farm will have a mixture of food. Oh my God, I have all these mosquito bites because I was, on July 4th, I was mulching and weed whacking at 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, see, I'm like a cow. I'm being used. Anyways, so her milk is not good. And so, like I said, she's not outside getting any sun. Sun is so important for all human beings, y'all. So at least go outside once in a while without wearing a lot of things, because if you completely cover yourself, you are not absorbing nature. And therefore, you're missing out on health. You really are. I don't really like to stay outside a lot absorbing sun, because I don't really like to get too dark. But sometimes I'll go outside like this, and yeah, but you will never ever see me completely draped and not absorbing any sun. You gotta absorb some sun through your face, through your hands, through your legs. Somehow you have to, because if not, you will be like that factory farm. You're not getting the health benefits of the sun. And yeah, we don't want to talk about skin cancer right now. That's a whole nother story. I mean, whatever you put here will do something else. So maybe you're putting healthy stuff here, maybe you will avoid skin cancer. No offense to anybody who thinks differently than I do, but I really believe that this, not just the sun causes skin cancer. I really believe it's what you put in your mouth first. Skin cancer from the sun, maybe secondary. I don't know. Anyhow, so going back to these cows, humans, mothers, women, but anyhow, their milk is not that good. And that's why the milk has to be pasteurized, homogenized, whatever you want to call it. But if you go to the farmer who takes care of his or her cows, where we're going today, these cows are roaming out in the grass. They're probably outside a little bit in the winter, but for the most part, they're still eating their God-given food, which is grass, right? And it's called hay. At this time, it turns into hay. That's why you see the farmers out taking all that hay in a big old barrel-looking type of hay, where you see a lot of during Halloween. But anyhow, that's what the cows are eating. That's what they're supposed to be eating in order for them to be healthy, in order for you to eat their healthy meat and drink their healthy milk. So, yeah, we're going to be going to, they milk the cow at 3:30 every afternoon, and my milk is already ready. 3:30. I could have picked it up yesterday, but I decided to take you guys along with me today because yesterday I was out and about ice skating with my daughters. So today we are going. They're still sleeping because they had a hard night last night with the music and the dancing and the cold. And I'm telling you, it was a good place to be in because it was so humid last night. A good place to be in. But it wasn't really packed, I guess, which is weird because I thought that it would be packed because it was so humid, but maybe everybody, is luckier than I am and they're on vacation. I'm still here. Anyways, so we're going to go to the farmer's market. We're going to get some milk, and I need to find out how do other people that can't afford to get these resources, how can they get them? So that's what we're doing today. So, but anyhow, I'm just gonna peel my eggs, take my smoothie along with me, and that's it. Y'all, I just also wanted to mention, because I like my eggs with adobo. Yes, my mom used to eat her eggs with adobo, and they're pretty tasty. The thing is, I used to see my mom always sprinkle adobo on her eggs, and as I got older, I started to purchase adobo, but I wanted to know what was in this thing because it's so salty, and I love salt. Love salt. I'm a saltaholic. So, the ingredients in the Spanish Goya adobo are so bad. I mean, they have like coloring, MSG. They have all sorts of stuff that you might as well do cocaine if you're going to be eating adobo. I'm telling you, what's the point? At least you get high, not on adobo. But anyways, it messes up with everything. I would just not talking right today at all. But I just think the Goya adobo is really bad for you. I think it messes up with your neurological system. That's what I was trying to say. And adobo seasoning is from Home Goods. I love Home Goods. And what's the other store that you can find really funky stuff from around the world? I think it's called World Market. Yes, World Market, y'all. Cost plus World Market. So this adobo is all parsley, Himalayan salt, pepper, just everything natural. There's no color, there's no MSG, there's no, I don't know, ADHD, whatever. Like, there's nothing in here that is gonna mess you up. It's all natural. And so what she used to do is she would sprinkle on the top and then take a bite and continue to sprinkle and sprinkle. And that's what I do. And I like this. So, stop buying Goya because Goya is out there to kill us Spanish people. That's all they're doing to us. Yes. If you look at all Goya ingredients, even sofrito, I make my own sofrito. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass to make. But at the end of the day, when you cook with it, my kids are like, compared to the one that you buy at the store, it doesn't have that deep, rich scent nor taste because sofrito is what? Peppers and like onions and garlic and cilantro, or what's the other one? I can't think today, but it's just all vegetables that you make yourself without the coloring, without the MSG, without all that crap that you really don't need. Just make your own sofrito and put it in the freezer, and when you're going to cook your Spanish food, just take it out for a little bit so it can thaw. But yeah, stop buying Goya, because Goya, they be bugging. They're just trying to kill us Spanish people, and not, no offense to the white people, because obviously I'm white too. I'm just a Spanish descent, but they're always trying to kill people. But anyways, no offense to my YouTubers who are white, because you're not making Goya. It's the Goya company, white people. Anyways, buy something else and Sprinkle it on your boiled eggs. It tastes really good. So good. So good. Ugh. Ay, Dios mío. Y'all, it is so hot out here. Okay, so I am wearing my Jones Road. I forgot what color this is, but it's very sheer and it's almost like a matte. I don't know if that's such, it's almost like chapstick. You ever wore chapstick? Chapstick is now no gloss. It's not drying. It's moisturizing. But, you know, I'm exaggerating now. But, you know, it's just like no gloss, no dry. It's just moisturizing. Yeah. I'm not even looking at the camera. The camera hole is over there. And I'm looking over here. Anyways, I am going to check the distance. All right, so it's 12:41 my time, afternoon. It says I'm going to be there at 1:49. So y'all, I'm on the road and this is totally the country. And I actually used to live around here and I don't miss it at all. Because as you can tell, as you can see, there is nothing going on around here. I mean, this road leads to no man's land. That's a lie. It leads somewhere. But here's a church. Here's the only church on this highway. And there are other things around here, but I mean, they're so spread apart. Oops. Here is the cemetery. And right behind this cemetery is where I used to live. Well, not exactly behind the cemetery, but if you make a right somewhere around here, I would be living on the other side of this highway. Yeah. Here are some cows. So yeah, as you can see, I used to live around here. And I don't like it. I don't miss it. It was isolating. And I was always home along with the children. And I moved closer. I wouldn't say I moved to the city, but more to the suburbs. Kind of. Still a little bit country, but not as much. Actually, it would take me about 30 to 45 minutes to go anywhere. To an hour. And so we ended up moving 30 minutes further than here, which I love. 30 minutes and closer into towns, right? But this is a farm I used to go to all the time to get ice cream. In fact, they have barbecue ice cream festival Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. So it's a pretty neat place to go to. But like, you know, you just don't do these things every day. Like, if you live in New York City, if you live in any type of city and you want to break from the city and you want to come out to the country, this is where people come out to. This is where people come out to. Other than that, like, if you're doing this every day, you get so freaking bored. Like, and it depends on your, you know, I guess it depends on your personality. Because if you're, I guess if you're an introvert, this would be a good place for you to live in. If you like nature, I love nature, but I love people. I even love crazy people. So I need to live around people. All right, you guys, I am here, and as you can see, these people are really religious. There goes their, oops, I can't, anyways, I'll just step out. All right, y'all, so I walked into the store and I asked for permission to record, and I'm doing a voiceover because I didn't want to be a nuisance. But here is the bread that they make. They don't, but people locally do, and they come here and they drop it off to sell it. And these are all the farm raised meats. This is their own meat, and I think they also
have other farmers meat. By the way, this is a whole new store. 4 or 5 years ago, this store wasn't even here. So this is new to me. So I asked for permission to record because I wanted to show you guys. And here is the ground beef. And look at this ground beef, how it looks compared to the ones that you buy at the store. It's just like an NEO shape. Like, come on. We're not making this square for you. This is meat. And this is all grass fed. And when I used to buy grass fed, and I still do buy grass fed, but I can get it at the supermarket now. It's still not the same, but these are the cubes for stew. And I love making beef stew. I make it once a week. Kids love it. So here's where they have all their vegetable, and it's not their own, it's sourced locally, but they also have like breads and stuff like that, and I know that's not sourced locally. Some skincare products that is actually sourced locally, some candy, and it's this stuff smells so nice, like very clean, not overpowering. They had tinctures here. I didn't buy anything because that's not what I came here for. I came here to get, milk and stuff. And this store really surprised me because y'all know I like to shop. But I held back. I held back. They even had honey, and honestly, I didn't need honey because I already had honey, but I did buy honey because I was already here. But they had so many cute stuff, which is nice for the locals around here because then they'll get more customers. This is meat from another farmer because the label is not their label. The meat that I showed you at the beginning of the video, which was like a black and white label, that's their own meat. And then here they had more things, basically chicken stuff, and I overheard a guy ask, do these chicken feet sell? And the lady was like, for sure, people like to make soup out of them. And that just reminded me of how much time it takes to feed your family healthy. I remember I used to buy these and boil them for the kids, and we always had not stew, we always had broth inside the refrigerator. I haven't done that since moving to my new house, and again, that was like 4 or 5 years ago, but yeah, this is a pretty nice store out in the country. I'm pretty sure some of you are already used to this kind of stuff. But then some of us that live out in the city know. And so here is locally sourced peanut butter without all the crap. And I think they were making ice cream on the other side of that store. So here I am outside. Um, and this is the place, Freedom Hill Farms. And actually, they have family locally. They have, the church comes here and the kids volunteer, and you could volunteer. So it's a really nice place, community place where everybody gathers, gets together, and, talk about healthy food. And here are the babes. Here are the babes, and as you can see, they're not mushed in together. They're out in the air. There's hay above. They are eating some sort of pellet for growth, I guess. I'm not even too sure. But they were so cute. And They're so cute. Oh my god. They were licking my hand and their tongue was like a toothbrush. It felt like a toothbrush on my hand. Yeah. So as you can see, they are able to communicate with humans where the other cows that are factory farm are not able to communicate with any human except those who work there. So this is all open. This is where all the cows go. They're not locked in together. It's very clean here. There's no metal. As you can see, this is all wood. And they all have their own names, which is kind of cute because they named them. Factory farmers do not name their cows, and if they do, they probably name them bitch. Bitch and ass. I don't even know. But these cows are so cute. Look how clean they are. Look at their noses. Just by seeing how clean a cow is, you can tell that they're well taken care of. Now, I've missed the milking time, of course, because it was at 3:30 every day at 3:30, 3 or 3:30. This is where they keep the milk that people call in to order. And so these are already taken if they have a white label. Mine is also there. And they have glass, they have plastic, and also they have butter here, yogurt, kefir, whey, cheese. They had some other stuff, I can't even remember what it is. They had pickles, relish, they had eggs. Yeah. And they had this sign here, notice raw milk sold here. And it's a disclaimer, you know how that goes. And the girl was putting all the milk where it belongs in the gallons, and the milk was in this big old tub. It comes from the cows. Sometimes they actually milk the cow in front of you and put it in these buckets, and then other times the machines are milking the cows and they go through all this process over here, all these tubes, and gets into those big machines. Did you see the cows? I'm missing out exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, I was distracted. But here again, this is all the milk that's being ordered. And now I'm going to step outside and end my voiceover here. This looks so different. Doesn't look like what it used to look like. There goes the cows. Hi guys! Oh, look how pretty they are. Yes. I'm gonna take some photos of you. Yes. Oh my god. Ooh. Hey y'all. Hi guys. Oh my god. They're all eating
Okay, y'all, it is so, that guy's pretty cute. Anyways, it amazes me when you go to like the boondocks, and there are cute guys. Because you would think like you would like be meeting hicks and stuff. No, girl. There was another cute guy, but he was driving a truck and he was giving me the eyes. I don't know, what would you call it? But then it turns out that he had 3 little girls. So that was a no. Oh, I should not have said that. But anyways, yeah, it is super duper hot. There were people here that started to come after I was done shopping and recording, and it was a good thing because the lady told me not to record anybody, and obviously I wasn't going to do that because that's just not me. I just recorded and asked the milker if I may, but I won't record her face, and she was cool with it. And I asked the cows if I could record them, and they were like, moo. They were like, for sure. But yeah, it was really good. I haven't been here in like 5 years, so the store is actually brand new and the layout is completely different. Like where I walked to visit the cows, I cleaned my hands, okay, because I know I'm putting them in my face. The layout was completely different. It wasn't like that when I used to come here. It was actually like really opened and you can walk and pet the cows. But as you can tell, I couldn't pet the adult cows. I was only able to pet and see the baby cows and also the teenagers. But the adults were over there, you know, by their own, and I couldn't get to the adults. And I took some photos, and it's super duper hot out here, and so I am done and I am going to, I gotta go home, yeah, because I gotta drop the milk. I ended up buying more than I was supposed to. I was only supposed to come out here and buy milk, but I ended up buying butter, yogurt. Well, I was supposed to buy yogurt, butter, and eggs, which I wasn't supposed to buy eggs because, you know, the eggs here are super expensive. Well, not really, to be honest with you. They were $6. You can still find $6 eggs. So I ended up buying eggs. These eggs are pastured. The chickens are roaming. They're fed. They're God-given food. Where supermarket eggs, again, they're subsidized, just like the milk is subsidized by the government. And so I buy pastured eggs at the supermarket, but they're not as orangey as the egg that comes from the chicken, where the chicken is running around free. You know, we all should be free, right? But this chicken is running around free, eating bugs, eating worms. That's what all chickens should be doing, but some chickens are stuck, you know, in a whatever. Now, what you saw the cows. They were in their little bins, but they're not closed up together, and they were actually eating at the time that I went. So they're at their feeding time, I was told. Anyways, that is it, y'all. As soon as I get home, I will show you what I purchased. Okay, y'all, there are some cows out there, and they are grazing just like they're supposed to, because that's their God-given right.
All right, y'all. So now I am back in my hometown, and as you can see, there are homes. It's not just a road with one house and then many miles away another house. These homes are a little bit separated, but not as separated as if you would live in the country. So it feels good being in your neighborhood, because sometimes it's really scary to drive a secluded road with like one house. You don't even know who lives there. And I don't know, many times I went on road trips with my mom, and the GPS tells us to go somewhere, and she gets really quiet because she gets really scared, especially if it's dark out, because the roads are like dark, there are no lights, there are no homes. If you happen to have a flat tire, you don't know if Jason's gonna come out of the woodworks and offer you some help only for you to end up dead. I don't know. So here we are, just driving down the road, going home where I live in my neighborhood.
All right, y'all. So I just got home and I wanted to pull out the stuff that I purchased at the farm. I want to talk about kefir. Kefir, well, I don't really want to talk about it, but I just wanted to let you know that this is what I purchased. I can talk about this another time. But kefir is so good over white rice, over anything. It's like a sauce, right? And it's grass-fed Jersey cows, and it's from that farm. And this is not pasteurized. As you can see, I don't know if I can, okay, see how it says non-homogenized live active cultures. So it's similar to yogurt, but it's very liquidy. And I decided to buy a small tub of yogurt because I don't really eat yogurt, my daughter does. And I'm not sure if she's really gonna like this one. So I bought this small tub. This is a 16 ounce. Also non-pasteurized. I actually like the taste of the kefir, so this is for me. And then I decided to buy, I don't need the butter because I am cooking with tallow and I cook with butter and I cook with coconut oil. So, but I just, I thought, well, let me taste this one. Now this is pasteurized, but it comes from the cows, from their cows. I'm not sure. It's not the same farm. It's Millport Dairy, but they pasteurize their butter. So that's what that looks like. And I also got their cheese. And I got the baby Swiss cheese, and they do not pasteurize their milk. Their cheese. So this is unpasteurized cheese, and it is unpasteurized. It comes from unpasteurized milk, culture, vegetable enzymes, and salt. So I've never tried this brand before. I've tried other brands. So let's see what that will be like. And then I got these milk in these jars. Next time I'll just buy the plastic, but I needed the jars, and I really thought these jars were going to be the mason jars, but they're not. They used to have the mason jars. Things have changed because I haven't been there in 4 or 5 years, but this is a little bit bigger than a mason jar. Let me see what size that is. That's actually that's a quart. Yeah, that's a quart. I don't know why they look bigger than the mason jars. Anyways, yeah, this looks like about the size of the mason jar. So I got this honey. This honey was at $35, and it's priced same. It's priced the same as all other honeys for that size, which is a 5-pounder. I asked her if this is wildflower because I like wildflower. She read something and she said it was, but the label doesn't state that, so I might just give them a call and ask. I can tell the difference, but this one is filtered, and it's warmed up because they don't really heat. Well, they heat it, but not like you would think. Like they don't boil it. Filtered means that they've removed all like the white stuff. Sometimes you buy honey, it looks really solid, or it gets solid in the cold, but this one's not because this one was warm and all the stuff was taken out. I usually like the non-filtered one, but they didn't have one this size, so I bought this one. So I'm gonna, and I bought, okay, sorry, I almost forgot. I bought these eggs. These were $6 each, comparable to what you can find at the grocery stores. I don't know if this is their packaging, to be honest. I've never seen this. Oliver's Organic Eggs, soy-free, cage-free, free-range, pastured, USDA, organic, non-GMO. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this. And again, I'm not even sure if this looks like Jewish handwriting. I don't even know if I'm seeing things, but I don't think I've ever seen this at the grocery stores. That's what that looks like, and they're pretty big. These are the ones that I buy at my local supermarket. They are a ShopRite brand, and they are pastured raised. They're not organic, but I figure if they're out, it's organic, that they're eating worms and stuff like that. They're brown eggs. Okay, so one thing I want to recommend is when you buy raw milk, you don't shake it like so many people do with store-bought milk. You just kind of turn it over because you want to circulate the fat. You don't want to break the fat. Store-bought milk doesn't really have the fat that was in it in the beginning. Okay, the other thing that I do recommend is that when you first drink raw milk, I just made a mess. If you're not used to using this, which apparently I'm not, by the gallon or whatever, the plastic container, is to just drink a little bit, just in case you get a stomach ache. Now, the stomach ache is almost like the stomach ache you'll get right before you use the bathroom. Not like the runs, but sort of like it's saying, okay, we got to get rid of something. And it's just a really good feeling to let go of stuff that doesn't even belong there. So, oh my God, guys. Oh my God. It tastes like, it brings me back to when I was like 7. Maybe even 5. I want to say 5, but between the ages of 5 to 7. There was a moment in my life that I clearly remember living with my grandparents, who would take me to their backyard because they had cows, and my grandfather would milk the cows, and he would put it in this metal container, maybe it was aluminum, and then we would, walk down the hill to my grandmother, and she would literally let the milk sit to make cheese, to make yogurt, to make whey. I don't know what else she made, but she would put it like in a bowl like this, and she would cover it. But she would always sit me down on her little 2-seat table in the kitchen, because that's how small her house was, and give me a little plastic cup because she had no money. I remember it was always either blue or red, and she would fill it up with milk, and then she would give me, we didn't really have enough money to buy fruit. I don't think not fruit, like they had their own fruit trees, but I love bananas, and I don't ever remember her giving me a banana, although my mom had a babysitter. She was a black lady who lived across the street from a school, and she would leave me with the babysitter, and this babysitter would always turn on Sesame Street and give me a banana. That was my morning every single day, and I would look out the window and I would see all the kids going to school, and I would be like, oh, why am I not in school? But I remember this black lady, she was the best. Like, I think she opened up my brain because she was the first lady to give me fruit. My mom didn't even give me fruit, I don't remember anyways, but every morning I had a banana. And while I was living with my grandmother, she would always give me milk. So every time they would milk the cow, I would always get my milk. So if you ever had the opportunity to drink raw milk or straight from a cow in your country, you'll remember this taste. And so like I said, I raised my kids on this until 4 or 5 years ago, and except one. Well, obviously he started to drink it He was the oldest, the first. He started to drink it obviously when the other three were drinking it, not knowing that it was coming straight from the cow because he'd probably freak out. But yeah, this milk is amazing. So I'm just gonna make the eggs and have some cheese and have it all, girl. I'm raw today. Well, except the butter. I hope you enjoyed my video today, and like I always say, go get yours.